Okay, this video is to explain the logic of the Autotrader and a few other things. The Autotrader wants to buy on blue and sell on red. The first bar with the dot, the first bar in the opposite direction is the signal bar. So this is the signal bar for a long, this is the signal bar for a short. This dot is equal to the volatility stop. So a close above the volatility stop, and you can see the close is one tick above the volatility stop, will create a blue bar. In this case, we had blue bars, and then we had a close below the volatility stop, and that gave us a red bar. These little hash marks are the volatility stop. As the trend changes, the volatility stop changes with each bar, and you can see it up here. This can also be used as a trailing stop in the trade manager. And in this case, I'm saying at 10 ticks, once I hit 10 ticks profit, I'm trailing by the volatility stop 1 bar ago. So if I was on this bar trailing the volatility stop, it would be 1 bar ago. And then 6 ticks offset is 6 ticks below the volatility stop. When I hit 25 ticks, I'm trailing by the current bar volatility stop minus 4 ticks. And then if I hit 40 ticks, I'm trailing by the volatility stop. So if price touches this little hash mark, like right here, this was definitely 40 ticks. Let's just say we had 40 ticks profit here. I think we did. I would have been stopped out right here at this volatility stop. But back to the Autotrader logic. We want to buy on blue and then sell on red. But the first bar is the signal bar. You can never buy on this or sell on the very first bar because that bar has to close above the volatility stop to confirm it's a change of direction. So that is the logic of the Autotrader. Now, I often use a moving average filter so that in a scenario like this, if I had a limit order at the close of the bar, I would have got filled right here. But then, because the Autotrader wants to buy on blue, I would have had a long here, except the moving average was not greater than it was 1 bar ago. So this trade, these blue bars are not going to generate a long because the moving average is filtering the trade. The moving average is less than it was 1 bar ago, and you know that because it's red. So that's why I often use a moving average, especially in the NQ, to filter trades, because it'll filter out whipsaws like this. Okay? Okay, another question was, how do you change the number of contracts? Go to the trade manager and scroll to the bottom, and then whatever is in quantity 1. So this is how you would change the number of contracts. Right now this would be trading 2 contracts. Just make this 0 and it's trading 1 contract. And if you want to save this as a template with 1 contract, I'd click Save As, and then the name of this template is this one here, and I'm just going to click Save, and I'm going to overwrite it, and now all these settings are saved. So whatever is in bracket 1 comes off at target 1, and whatever number of contracts is in target 2 will come off at target 2. So let's just say that was 100 ticks. Now you could have 0 as a profit target, and if you have contracts in quantity 2 or bracket 2 but no profit target, then that means it's a runner, and it'll go as long as the trend goes until you are stopped out by one of the trailing stops. So really it's a brilliant way to manage contracts, and we have trail stop reset, which you can start with the volatility stop, or you can trail by bars, ticks, profit percent, but you could have any combination of stops to tighten the stop as the trade progresses. This Autotrader was designed in a very logical way from a trader's point of view because I actually trade, and that's how I learned all these things. As far as the tabs go, they are done in a way to be obvious. Anything to do with the initial setup is in this tab, okay? If you mouse over a parameter here, you will often get a definition. So mouse over the parameter and you'll get a definition of the parameter. Anything to do with filtering and entry would obviously be under the entry filters tab. And of course you can expand these categories here, and you can scroll down to see more. Okay? And anything to do with exits is under the exits tab, including exit filters such as the parabolic exit filter. And then this is the higher time frame filter. Now, because the higher time frame filter filters entries, you would enable the higher time frame filter right here, and here's the definition of the parameter. So if I wanted to use the higher time frame filter, I'd set it to 1, and then I'd go here, and then I would select my time frame here, and it could be anything here. So let's just say I wanted a Super Renko 16 is the higher time frame, and it'll color the background. So you gotta select colors that make sense here. And then you would check this box to show the background. Anyway, I hope this video has been helpful in explaining the logic of the Autotrader.